Hello and welcome to Tipsy VP episode 19 March 2019, a weekly show where we share tips and tricks on how to improve your social media. Tipsy VP is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
This week's weekly Tipsy, how to improve your videos on social media. If you've been listening to our social media weekly podcast for the past few weeks or a month or so, you know that social media is taking a massive turn towards video, right? Everything is going to video. Every platform is going to video. And the question now is, if your brand isn't already on the same trajectory towards video, you will actually be very left out soon. Images don't work anymore. Text don't work anymore at all because even Twitter is going into video. Twitter, the text-focused platform, is going into video.
We're talking about digital imaging, right? But what about people who is still in traditional printing?
Oh my lord. I don't know. I mean to be fair, print actually still works, but it's not the golden age for the print. It's like the decline.
It's like the dark age.
Yeah, it's like the dark ages for the print. So yeah, I wouldn't say it definitely wouldn't work, but the chances of it is expensive, bloody expensive, because you need to print something. You need to distribute it.
Limited
colors. You need to send
Cost
it
is
out.
very
Exactly. It's
high.
very exactly. The cost very high. And how many people actually read those stuff? No
I
one
still
reads
don't
those stuff.
understand for whoever that's still printing flyers, please.
Stop doing that. Nobody does that anymore.
Don't be two generations away.
Yeah.
People are already moving to video already, and yet you still cannot do digital imaging.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about what we have this week. Tips to improve videos on social media.
Yes.
Number 1. Get an easy to use software. This is very important. A good software is very important because you will be making a ton of videos all the time. You shouldn't shortlist expensive and motion film standard ones like Premiere Pro or Final Cut, because those are nice to use, nice to have, right? But if you are running, imagine if you want to churn like a video a day, using all these things is very very, very, very difficult to use, very time consuming, and the learning curve is very steep.
Yep.
So instead, you should go for light and easy ones. If you're on a Mac, stick to iMovie if you can. iMovie is very easy to use. It's very simple. It's fast. It gets all the important jobs done. And on videos, unfortunately, for some reason, Microsoft thought we don't need the Movie Maker anymore. Last time we used to have that.
Yeah, sorry.
For some weird reason, they just decided that we don't need Movie Maker anymore. So we have to source for third-party alternatives. So here are the few that works well on both Windows and Mac. Lightworks, DaVinci Resolve. Lightworks and DaVinci Resolve are quite complicated in the sense that they are easier to use than Premiere Pro, but they do require a little bit of learning. And VSDC, free video editor, those are quite easy as well. We do also have a few paid ones like Cyberlink. What is the other one?
Magisto, Filmmaker.
Yeah.
Usually you just go to the App Store, there's a few.
Yeah, they have a few ones. So you can actually have them in your mobile device as well. Say if you have an iPad or an Android tablet, or even a big like a Galaxy Note kind of phone with a big screen, you can actually do a lot of your editing there. And but those you have to pay. The mobile versions could be slightly bit cheaper. Some of them, the mobile version is cheaper than the browser version. Some browser version cheaper than mobile versions. And then, but even though the most basic ones, if you have never used a video editor before, you need to take time to actually learn it first. Then you can actually know the full potential of it.
Yeah.
You can use YouTube and just go find whatever. Everything is on YouTube.
Yeah, it's like video editing is like a necessary skill.
Yeah.
Like everyone should know how to do that.
I think video editing now is like the very basic, like it's like a blue collar kind of job.
Correct. It's like you should teach this in primary school.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
Kemarian hidup is not to have
Kemarian hidup,
how to edit
Yes,
video.
exactly. So yeah, exactly. No, I mean it's true. So you don't have to hammer stuff. You don't need to learn how to cook, right? But you need to learn how to make videos.
Who still uses that? So yeah, this kind of skill. So we're moving to a digital era, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, don't be a caveman.
There was a Chinese university, right, that made a requirement in order to graduate one of the subject, every student needs to obtain 1,000 new followers on WeChat.
Okay. Which is true. Digital socializing.
Yeah, it's
This kind of thing. Alright, chicken or egg dilemma. We are getting a lot of struggles that people don't want to spend time creating good content until they raised enough followers. That's a wrong mentality for two reasons. First, new followers almost always go through your old content to see if you are worth their time. Second, when nobody is watching, it's the perfect time to hone your storytelling and editing skills. This is very true because when your business just start growing, you do have quite some time, free time, to do this kind of thing.
yeah. And I personally have a lot of clients who tell me, I have a lot of oh Sean, I have a lot of good content, but I don't want to release it yet because I'm still waiting for the number of clients to grow.
Okay.
Which I don't agree because
Is that a milestone checkpoint?
I don't know. It's like, for example, I have good content, but I don't want to wait until I will wait until the crowd comes in. I got enough followers, then only I will put all the content out, right? But people don't come to your page, don't follow you if they don't see good content. So it's a chicken and egg. Which comes first, chicken or the egg, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to this one, we always choose to create content first. Even if nobody is watching, nobody's looking, it's fine.
Just create first.
Right? Like half of you guys who are listening to this podcast today, they will make up like all of the people who are doing it. And we are doing it the best that we know how to at this point. And I can tell you, our first episodes of Social Media Weekly sound a lot worse than it does now. Our first version of Tipsy VP now will sound a lot worse than it will 5 years from now, 3 years from now, if we're still doing it. So it is about doing better every time. And we have less people watching and listening. I think it's a good time to make some mistakes and learn along the way.
Yeah, before we like there's like 50,000 follow people
And then you start messing up everywhere and making a lot of
everything will get
problems.
amplified. It's the same like business lah.
Exactly.
You need to learn how to scale at the right time.
Yep. So very important, if you are in the chicken or the egg dilemma, always choose to create the content first.
So is this
Don't care,
the
people.
chicken method or the egg method first?
Whichever is
This content is considered chicken or egg?
I think it's the I think it's the egg.
egg.
Yeah, I think it's the egg. So the
Alright.
egg is the content.
So create your embryo first lah.
Yeah. Next up, content over production quality. This is very important. Pay attention. Too many people want to buy the most expensive hardware before starting their video journey. They forget that people don't watch their content for the video quality and audio quality. They watch it for the content. While it makes sense to invest a little bit on video and audio, you should focus on making strong and sustainable content that can last a long time. Start with your mobile device and a Rode mic extension. You can change your phone every other year, so that's no additional cost to you, right? So your video is set. You always have a good video because every 2 years you change your phone, so that's done. You don't have to get a new one that will get old in the next 2 years and reinvest again. A Rode mic, Rode, you can Google it up, you can search it up on Lazada. It will cost less than 300 ringgit, which you can actually directly connect to your 3.5mm mobile phone jack if you have the jack. If not, you can use the adapter that comes with your iPhone. So that works well because it's very crisp, it's very clear, you can bring it out, it works very fine. And you don't have to bother with 4K, 8K cameras with boom mics or gimbals or drones and other mumbo jumbo stuff, right? You come back to that when you reach more than 10,000 views per show. Before that, keep it simple, focus on the content.
Yes, correct. It's the same concept as how Genie Boy became famous. No? This content is good since the beginning of 2010.
Yeah, exactly.
When
So-
it started the My Generation,
Yeah.
Nasiku, where how social media is when we give out the book we write one, the journal book,
For the diaries.
the
The testimonial books.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
the yearbooks.
the
School yearbooks. Yeah,
so
yeah,
how
yeah.
he said last time we use social media, this is how it
Then the
is.
social media now,
Ah.
yeah.
So-
So, like, to be fair to him, he's been doing these things for the longest time. And if you look back at all his old contents and everything, right, he never cared about how good the quality of his video and audio is. It's always about the
Just
content.
storytelling.
Short, sweet, and it connects with people.
Correct.
And it's very frequent. You know, he don't go like post one and 6 months down the road post another one. It's very frequent, one a week or one in 2 weeks.
So this kind of.
Yeah.
Right, so next, use the counter timer. If you are doing a live video or putting up an important content soon, always let people know beforehand that it's about to happen. Like how the television used to have program books, the only way to maximize your live view is if people actually knows it's gonna happen. Instagram story has a useful countdown timer. Make a nice poster of your upcoming episode and drop it with a timer to let people know when it's happening. Yeah, this is quite common lah. These people come on lah. It's like having an event and then okay, if you want to
And
run
you don't
a
tell
movie,
people
you
there's
just
an
put it
event, right? It's like, hey, I've got an event now. Okay.
You know, pre, during, post.
Yes. No, but the thing is, okay, even though we talk about this, right? How many times have you seen someone put a live video and never talked about it before? And they question why they don't have enough views.
Views, right?
If nobody knows you're gonna go live, then how the hell are they know? How would they know
It's
if they're
like-
gonna wait for you for the live?
It's like, hi guys, today is my birthday party.
Yeah, exactly.
Without sending
no,
RSVP.
not today.
Like today?
Like, hi guys, I'm having a birthday party now.
Now, sorry.
Then you
Now.
ask, oh, why isn't anybody
People come to
here?
my birthday
I got
party,
no
why,
friends.
girl?
I'm so sad.
Yeah, then you blame your friends for not being your friends, but how?
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, it makes sense, but we should put it here because it's a good reminder for everyone. So let's sum it up. Weekly Tipsy for this week. How to improve your videos on social media. Number 1, get an easy to use software. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Number 2, chicken or egg dilemma. If you have to decide between coming up with new content first or waiting for people to arrive to your site first, always choose to coming up with new content first. Number 3, content over production quality. Remember, people don't watch your content for the quality of a video and audio. They watch it for the content that you are making. And number 4, use the countdown timer. Remember to remind people before you have a live video or live story coming up as many times as possible, because if nobody knows it's happening, nobody will attend. Right, Tipsy VP Podcast is part of Social Media Weekly and is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Tipsy VP episode 19 March 2019. My name is Sean.
And JK.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.